A senior law enforcement source told CBS 4 News that a preliminary toxicology report shows Eugene had marijuana in his system.
Dr. Rebecca Carley is a medical doctor, a surgeon by trade. Her son got vaccine damage. She began to investigate it, and I think some of her research is some of the best I've seen out there because I've done a lot of this research myself from mainline government sources that aren't publicized but are public. They're there, just they're not widely put out, and so her stuff just clicks. And so I wanted reintroduce what happened, what broke last week, what happened a few months ago, why it's so serious, and then let's get into the big picture, Doctor. I really appreciate you coming on today.
And I appreciate the opportunity. And before we get into that, I was listening to your show earlier talking about the Alabama shooter. I totally agree with you that he was most likely on Prozac or some other psychotropic med.
Well, it's coming out the German was under psychiatric care, so he's guaranteed on it, but go ahead.
Right. I just want to bring out the fact that vaccinations can also cause violent behavior. There's an excellent book entitled Vaccination, Social Violence, and Criminality by Harris Coulter, which the listeners can obtain from thinktwice.com. And there's certain areas of the brain that, in fact, lead you to become violent. I have in front of me a book published by NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, called The Biology of Aggression, which is, it's over 600 pages long. They're actually researching to see what areas of the brain they can affect to make people violent, and they're using rabies virus to do so. And they're using rabies virus to do so.
Yes. Now, Doctor, I've read the major university and medical facility reports, but for those that don't know why it causes it or the brain damage, normally it is a autoimmune response, massive brain swelling, and as we all know, brain damage is associated with violent outburst and a loss of impulse control. And, of course, there's other chemical reasons it does it, but is that not basically the main reason?
Yes, that's completely correct. Once you get injected with viruses, if they go to your brain, they cause vaccine-induced encephalitis, and depending on what part of the brain is damaged will determine what symptoms you have. The parts of the brain that control behavior and make you violent are primarily the limbic system, especially the amygdala, which is near the ear.
And by the way, Dr. Russell Blaylock, who is a top brain surgeon, even invented some famous brain procedures, one of the top guys in the world, he discovered all this in his practice, okay, how vaccines literally attack the brain. Go ahead.
Yes, exactly. This has been known for years. But the point I want to make is that the scientists are actually researching how to make people violent. This is something that they want to have happen. I encourage all the listeners to watch the movie recently released on DVD entitled Quarantine, which actually shows them experimenting with rabies and making the people become basically ghouls.